Ruy Lopez opening, martial attack, modern variation, 12.d3 bd6 13.re1. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. Both players had incredible precision in the end game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop to decide, exchange or retreat. ba4 safely retreats the bishop while keeping pressure on the knight. nf6 attacks the undefended e4 pawn and develops the knight at the same time. Castling gets the king out of the center and prepares to develop the rook to e1. b7 develops the dark squared bishop and prepares to castle. 1 rupee centralizes the rook and protects the e4 pawn. b5 gains space on the queen side and forces the bishop to the b3 square. bb3 is forced, but the bishop is well placed because it attacks the f7 square. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. c3 prepares the d4 pawn push, opens up the c2 square for the bishop and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. The light squared bishop can advance and the e4 pawn is attacked when d5 invades the center. x5 captures the d5 pawn, attacks the knight on c6 and allows the e1 rook to attack the e5 pawn. nx d5 recaptures the d5 pawn and centralizes the knight. nx e5 captures the pawn and places the knight on a strong central square where it attacks the knight on c6 and the f7 pawn. nx e5 captures the knight on e5 and centralizes the knight where it attacks many important squares. rx e5 captures the knight on e5 and attacks the knight on d5. c6 defends the knight on d5 and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. d3 opens the diagonal for the dark squared bishop and prepares to play c4 in the future. bd6 attacks the rook and points the bishop toward white's king side. 1 rupee develops the rook and takes control of the open e-file. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a bishop. This connects the rooks, which helps them coordinate together in the future. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This is the only good move. This defends a bishop that was under attack and had no defenders. It is the last book move. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This permits the opponent to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. It is a mistake. This wins a pawn. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. It is best. This deters an assault on a rook that is exposed. It is ideal. This is the way to win a pawn. This is the only good move. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. It is a great move. This provides an equal exchange of parts. It is ideal. This wins a pawn. This is the only move that works. It is best. Recaptures. It's compelled. This further threatens the already pinned knight by bringing in another attacker. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is best. This is the way to win a pawn. This is the only move that works. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. That knight will get material if captured. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. This creates a threat to win a pawn. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This removes a bishop that put the king in check. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Recaptures, from a previous move. This is the only good move. It is best. This avoids the rook's check. It is quite good. This removes a pawn that was threatening to win material. This is the only move that works. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. Recaptures. Black is equal at this point in the endgame. It is ideal. A pawn kicks the opposing rook, forcing it to move or risk being captured. It is ideal. The rook is now in a safe position. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Backs off. It is ideal. The pawn is now on a square that is safer. It is quite good. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. It is good. Balanced. Neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. Both players had incredible precision in the endgame.